All right, problem 610. We're still in millimeters. Part origin is located at the top, middle, center. Lines, center lines, circles, arcs, revolves, extrude boss, extrude cut, bosses, then cuts. So I'm not seeing where this really needs to have the revolves, but let's go ahead and do a couple of revolves. We can also revisit the offset plane to make this a revolve. So we'll go part millimeter, front plane. Anytime going into the revolve, we're going to use symmetry. I'm going to consider doing the infinite length center line. And then we can, so thought about maybe putting this kind of shape, but when we go this way, it's going to close that off. We're better off leaving them as solids in this case. So that being the case, we can just go rectangle, and this is why it's a toss-up for the boss. We're drawing a circle and extruding it, or we're drawing a the rectangle and revolving it. So our diameter is, see if we can find a number here. 80. Oh, that is the top side. Okay, 80 with a 40 through. Okay, so 80 on the diameter and 130. I was trying to reverse those numbers. 130, and we just go ahead and we do the revolve base 360 degrees. All right, so if I just drew the intersecting as an extrude through, I wouldn't have to create a plane, but we want to just revisit planes wherever we can. So plane and its center. Let's see, we need to reverse the direction. So it'll be a flip offset is 40. And when I flip the offset, that should bring it up to there. And we should be able to go right into the sketch. Same process, center line. We're kind of looking at the origin, making sure it's going to be vertical, infinite length. And then I can just go back into select, except this one is going to go for a midpoint. So if I escape out of the rectangle, select the line, control select the origin, we can go right to midpoint, and its overall is 120 with a diameter of 55. Okay, so when this one goes in and does the revolve, we're going to be able to see that intersection. All right, we can hide the plane. Again, you could have opened up a sketch on the front plane and drawn the circle and extruded it mid-plane to 120, and you would have the same result. There's nothing that says other than I wanted to create the plane. All right, so my through, and I could have included that, except I don't think it would have removed the interior. All right, it would have left, since it's a revolved boss, it would not have removed the material on the interior. It would have left that. So doing the extrude cut all the way through with a diameter of 40, and features, extrude cut through all is fine. We go ahead and hit OK. All right, for the top then, we can open up the sketch, and that one has a diameter of 40, so they should line up pretty close. Into the smart dimension, 40, and then this one just becomes an extruded cut up to next, so it terminates at the intersecting hole. All right, on the front plane then, let's go ahead and get a sketch started, and these are on the mid plane. for the years. So really only need to draw one, but I need to draw it far enough inside because if I go right to the silhouette edge, it's not gonna connect. So because I want to mirror these, let's add the vertical infinite length center line. And from those points, well, we'll go ahead and put the circle in because I think that one's actually going to give me a little more geometry. So the interior is a diameter of 18. So I'm looking for that smart dimension on the context menu, but this time I'm going to go to select and move that out just a little bit and probably down just a little bit. All right, so the distance from the top is 35. And from the center line we created is, oh, they gave us the 55. All right, so we can stay with that, 55. And then we're going to be looking at, let's go with our center point arc. And we'll keep moving reverse if I don't like it. I'll keep moving that geometry to get to a starting point. So get the desired result. So we do want to be inside of our geometry. I'm going to overrun the cylinder. Let's make sure we have some tangencies. No tangencies, so select Control Select, add the tangent, select Control Select, add the tangent. All right, so there isn't really anything adding symmetry. If I don't want to add this center line here, I'm just going to go select midpoint and Control select the center point of the circle and tell it that it's horizontal. All right, so its diameter then becomes 14 for the radius, and since it's already an arc, we get the 14. And between the two lines, we get 8 degrees. Yeah, 8 degrees. All right, so not much, but enough. And then we could either go from the silhouette edge to the line or from the center. Silhouette edge is just going to allow me to overlap enough that it's going to intersect the cylinder. All right, so let's go ahead and mirror those entities. Feature, extruded boss, and then its thickness is 15, and it's mid-plane because we did that last time. We go ahead and accept. So let's make sure that I went far enough in, seeing how the diameter of that was pretty tall. I don't see a little sliver there, but I can always make that a little bit deeper between the faces. But I think there's enough there. I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me that would indicate that it didn't fully penetrate into that cylinder. All right, so we've got our geometry, and we are looking for 50. We're looking for something. Windows would stop doing that. 532, 863. Let's go with the evaluate, and 532, 863.6. So pretty darn close. Make sure that you save this P6-10.